So, we are back. Conversation with the trainer head. I know normally you want to see Ree or see someone else, but you've got me, unfortunately, guys. So, I am here with my guest. I have got Scott and I have got Matt with me, and they are from the Double Up podcast. So, yay!
Hey!
Double Up podcast and train heads. We've been, planning to do this. Ree has been on their podcast already. I have not. This is my first time meeting the guys. And we've had some great conversation off camera. Don't need to repeat it because, we don't want to get in trouble. But, so Matt, Scott, introduce yourself to trainer heads. And, so first question I'm going to ask you, why did you start the podcast?
I suppose it kind of was like a lot of things, I think, at the minute, like a bit of a lockdown kind of keep myself sane or keep ourselves sane type thing. I think it was as we hit the second lockdown, I messaged Scott and I was like, right, I need to do something to just keep me sane. Like, should we start a podcast? And like for a lot of people, they started podcasts or YouTube channels and things like this, like during that time, again, similar kind of reason. But it felt a little bit out of the blue for us because, like, funnily enough, we've only been mates for the last couple of years. And before starting the podcast, I didn't even know Scott's name. Like when I asked him to do the podcast, like it's one of these things that a lot of people like listen to the show and they think we've been friends for years. But like Scott's Instagram handle being Sneaker Teacher. At my time it was SW Sneakers before I changed it just to my normal name. And I just knew Scott as Sneaker Teacher. Like I'd be sat there in the living room messaging girlfriend and be like, oh, who are you messaging? Oh, Sneaker Teacher. I had no idea what his name was. And I reached out, I was like, oh, do you want to do a podcast? Yeah, sure. By the way, what's your name? I didn't know his name until he sent over his email address for us to set up a Zoom.
We'd never spoken, nothing. The first episode of the podcast was pretty much the first conversation we'd had in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just kind of, went from there.
But it all just started, because we were like, well, we're bored, let's create something. And we also thought at the time there was a lot of YouTubers, like you guys obviously killing it, and we kind of thought that there wasn't as many podcasts from the UK. A lot of it, if people are taking in that content, it was complex. But I think it had stopped by the time we started ours.
Yeah, so I stopped listening after Alex wasn't part of it.
He was great.
This is on camera, I'm being honest. Alex.
Alex.
Shout out Alex.
Alex Vass, that's my guy. Once he's not been on there, I've just not been bothered.
Yeah, he came on the Doubled Up podcast. That was a great episode. So shout out Alex.
I think with a lot of the podcasts, it seemed like they started and then lost steam quite quickly. Yeah. And thankfully, like COVID, we had nothing to do for a good couple of years, so we could keep it going.
Yeah, I just think people don't understand how hard this whole setup, whole situation is, and people they look at the glamour of it and they look at the numbers of it, and then the hard work goes into it, and they're like, oh, okay, this is much harder than I thought. Getting people is near enough difficult, and you have to learn how to edit, film, and it's good that you guys have got each other and you're a great team together. So you kind of push on each other. So
well, we found that during COVID, great. Like we could get guests on every week. People were doing nothing, so we'd reach out to people and they'd be like, "Yeah, I'll hop on next week." Yeah. Now that life has kind of got back to some normality, we reach out to a guest and it's like, well, I'm working today and I'm out this day. Trying to organise stuff.
We don't have as many guests at the minute. It's one of those things. We're busy as well, so
it's life.
But your podcast can run without guests, though.
So we wanted to make sure. We wanted to make sure that when we set up kind of how these episodes were going to get structured, we needed to make sure that we had core segments.
Yeah.
So if we have a guest, we get straight into an interview, and then we always have Shoes Round, which is our weekly news. Yeah. Double Up, Double Down, where we look at upcoming releases. So something that we like, something we dislike, and we always wanted to try and put a little bit of attention on something that maybe other outlets aren't. So we always have a sleeper pick every week, because we did think, and again, a part of why we started it, we really bonded over a love for Adidas, which at the time it was everyone was going Dunk crazy. So we kind of thought there wasn't a lot of attention being put on things like Adidas and New Balance at the time were coming up, because we're talking 2020 when we started the podcast. We wanted to always make sure that, of course, we have to talk about your Air Maxes and your Jordans and all of that, but let's also shine a light over here.
100%. And that's how I'm, to be honest, out of everyone in Trainer Heads, I might be the most obscure in terms of sneaker and taste. A lot of the guys, most of them do Jordans. Like Cook's a massive Jordan fan.
Yeah.
Martin, not really. She loves to get anything, but
Yeah.
I will go out. I would literally buy any brand. I don't mind as long
That's
as it
good,
looks
though.
good for me.
If it's a good shoe, it's a good shoe.
It has to
innit?
be a good shoe. It has to be a good shoe. It has to be It has got to be colorway, storytelling. Those things win me any and every time.
Yeah,
when I'm
yeah,
picking a sneaker.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind as long as I don't care. It could be, I don't feel like Asics. I don't get even Asics. The other day I saw some Asics.
They've been killing it the last couple of years.
Yeah, definitely.
And some Mizunos that I wanted the other day.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? Where are these collabs coming
Yeah,
from?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who is talking to who? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
if you are watching, listen, Asics, Mizuno, I will do a collab. I will do my own collab. I don't mind. I've got some real good designs, and yeah, I'm ready for it. So the podcast. So, what would you say is your favorite sneaker of all time? I'll start with Scott.
favorite sneaker of all time. Man, that's tough. You know. Again, it's difficult. Like, I don't have like one that is specific.
Well,
like,
if they was to always go on sale, you'd always buy. Like if you went into the shop and you was like, you've had them for so long and they've worn out, and you was like, yeah, I gotta buy them again. What is that? What is that? It does not have to be a specific silhouette. What trainer would you buy? You'd say, yeah, 100%.
I think the one that I always like, whenever it comes out, regardless of what it is, that I'm always remotely interested in, Air Max 1.
Yes.
Like it's not
That's
a shoe.
it.
It's not a shoe that I like. Growing up, it was a bit of a weird one because like where I'm from, like if you wear an Air Max 1, like really you're kind of up to a bit of no good. So everyone else was in like Adidas and like New Balance and stuff, and you know kind of Gazelles and stuff like that. But so growing up, I was like, I didn't really want to buy them, and my parents weren't buying me a pair because they were like spenny, so not happening. But now, like all of the collabs, especially like last year, the collabs that have been coming out with them, Patter, Concepts, like they're just mad. And
the Concepts are definitely up there, top 5 sneakers. Did we put them in our top 5? No, we put the Concepts in our top 5. We
all three of them. All three of them
the
Concepts
Heavy, Mellow,
are
and Far Out. Those are
amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
All of them.
Great
That's the one mad model that like at the moment there's quite a few that are sitting in the sales, and I've got to really stop myself because thankfully a lot of the like really nice colorways that I do like are women's exclusives, which is fine because I'm a size 11, which means I ain't fitting in any of them. So it kind of stops me. Yeah.
And you, Matt?
So, favourite shoe, I feel like a lot of people, when they think of their favourite shoe, they always think about something that's quite old. But for me, like, favourite single shoe is the Patter Monarch, talking about the Air Max 1. I don't know, as soon as I saw that shoe, I was like, that is, like you said earlier, if it completely wears out, I'm buying a new pair. I don't care what the resale is on that. When my pair dies, I will get another one, and another one, and another one. But my favourite silhouette isn't an Air Max 1. Like, my favourite silhouette is the New Balance 920, which again is quite a new one. We were just talking about off camera, the Patters. I don't know what it is again about the 920. It's got like that 990 V3 midsole, but it's a little bit sleeker. Yeah, it's exactly the same midsole as the 990 V3, but it's just where it's kind of a futuristic version, I guess. It's a little bit sleeker than the 990. So I don't know. Again, as soon as that came out, in 2020, I was like, love that silhouette.
Yeah, they're nice. Like honestly, they're not on camera, but I will put them up. But they are
they're nice.
They're proper nice. They're like, I even saw them. I'm definitely gonna buy a pair of them.
So it's weird. Like I said, the Patter Monarch, favourite single shoe, but the 920 is my favourite silhouette. Whenever they release new colours, I'm like, I kind of need that.
Mine was the Jordan 6 Breads, but now, after reviewing the Silly Heat Bembury 990 V2, I think
big shoe.
That's an amazing shoe.
Big shoe.
I think that's now my favourite.
Yeah.
Hands down. I think if like I'm so stressed, I didn't double up.
Yeah.
Like,
that is one of the most underrated shoes of last. Like, it's amazing. Like the suede and everything on it, the box. But we were saying like off camera, like the resale's still low. Like
it's still low.
And we didn't even really get a proper release in the UK.
No.
So I'm amazed. But you say about picking up them Patters, them 990s. Yeah, they're going to be in a bag somewhere soon.
Yeah, definitely. So, what I'd say, what do you think about the way the sneaker community has evolved over the years? Because I feel like when we started, it was a lot of people that started were it was very resell. If you're not a reseller, you're not really a sneakerhead. How do you feel about the community now? Is there guys that you talk to other than in the community? Do you feel like it's much more friendlier now, or do you feel that it's still a bit gun ho for sneakers?
I think it depends on what little like almost sub community you talk to, like, because I think you could talk about the sneaker community as like a whole collective of people that are into shoes, but I do think there's little subcultures within the UK that will have different attitudes. Of course, you're always going to have the people that are into reselling. There's always going to be the people that are so anti-reselling, and then even then you've got all the people that love Air Max 1s, all the people that love Jordans, all the people we speak to, whether it's guests or just people that interact with us through the podcast, are always like unbelievably kind of nice towards us. But again, I think sometimes you do hear, maybe through the grapevine, kind of stories of people being maybe not so nice to others. But again, we like to kind of keep ourselves to ourselves. And so there's people that we talk to a lot.
To be honest, I think you lot are cool. You lot are great. I love the communication with you guys. I think it's great. You lot got a great podcast. I feel like you guys are very informative.
I appreciate that.
Quite good depth in knowledge of what you're talking about. So, and it's very human. It's not very, I don't know, a lot of things that I listen to or I've watched over the years, and I think it's more North America. It's very influency, really. Even the way the style of how things are videoed and how things are released, it's very influenced. It's like you wouldn't really wear that
I think it's like we've said, like, in terms of people like doing production and whether they do YouTube or podcasts or whatever, like a lot of people will do stuff with an eye to, okay, I need to be careful what I say about like when I'm reviewing product, because you know, if they want to work with me at some point, I've got to be careful. The shoes that we have trashed on our podcast, it's just if it's shoe, we're saying it's a shit shoe. That's it, because because they are. Every brand produces good stuff. Every brand produces bad stuff. But it's keeping it somewhat real, and
and that's it. Because I remember when the Travis Scotts came out, we got so much flack. Like Cooks got so much flack online for those sneakers. Like this is like the original Travis Scott ones. The ones first one, the Cactus Jack,
the highs,
the highs when it came out. The flack, because we done an episode where we got a fake pair and we got a real pair.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, those fake pair looked really good, but
they were a problem for a lot of people.
You could tell there was imperfections that literally threw you off. And when we had the real, and it was like, okay, fine. But if you didn't have the real to test it, they would have got away. 100%, they could have been sold, got away.
There's loads got through StockX, weren't there?
Yeah.
Because even my pair.
StockX.
I got my pair.
We're gonna get onto them.
I got my pair, and I've had people say to me that my pair are fake, and I'm like, they're not. I got them from Offspring, like they're completely legit. But the QC control on them was so bad.
It's because they
really
were the fakes on them were so good. Like literally, it was like for like. There was like. If we were, the only reason why we knew they were fake, because it was like literal nitpicking. We nitpicked at it so much. We was like, oh look, the box looks a little bit lighter. It doesn't look real. And we're looking at some of the thing, even the embossing on it. It was like, oh, that looks a bit funny. But I was like, but is it us? Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a legit checker. Because you couldn't give me a fake unless it smells and looks shitty. If it looks good, I wouldn't know. And even segueing into this bit of like legit checking, it's like what do you think gives these resale companies like StockX, eBay, the right to feel that they are the guys to legit check sneakers? Because to me personally, unless I'm buying it from a retail store or from the actual sneaker website, I can't say my sneakers are real.
Can you?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a little bit of danger about buying anything from a second-hand place, because, like you said, the fakes these days are so good.
They're so good.
It's not like it. And the thing is, like fakes back in the day, like I've said on our podcast numerous times, like Scott was saying about like when he was younger, not getting Air Maxes because they were too expensive. I was exactly the same. Like everyone in my school loved Air Max 90s, loved 95s. My mum couldn't afford Air Max 95s, so I'd go to the market and get
Wembley Market, Vauxhall Market.
Like you'd go to you pick up a pair of Air Max 95s for 30-40 quid, and it was some colourway you've never seen, but you could tell it was fake because it was a random colourway. Now they're putting all their energy and recreating legit shoes. It makes you question it a little bit.
100%.
So, but I think you're always going to have a little bit of
me.
Uncertainty.
I'm not gonna lie. I will not be ashamed. When I was younger, my parents were not getting that much money.
Yeah.
I grew up in South London. And I bought a lot of my first pair of Air Max 95s. Another sneaker that I've all time always got to have the original colorways, the infrared, the neon greens, the pink and the silvers. Those ones that I had, they were all fake. Yeah. But you would never know.
Yeah.
I bought them when I was like 17, 18. So I had them and they were fake.
Yeah.
But they were so good. I'm happy to say I bought fake trainers. When I got money and I got older, my collection got better and I bought real trainers. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been to a few sneaker conventions and I'm looking at people's shoes and I'm like,
But again,
not real.
A lot of it is the colorways, though, isn't it? Like, I think especially for these iconic shoes, when people are wearing like Jordan 1s, Air Maxes, etc., like we all now know what are the legit colorways and what aren't. So if someone pulls up in a pair of Jordan 1s that you've never even heard of or seen, like, you know, it's either going to be a custom or a fake.
Yeah. But I'm just saying now, I'm not surprised now that if a lot of collectors have fakes and it's like the way I see sneaker collecting is like watch collecting. A lot of there's people that I know that have got high-end watches and they've got fakes to the ones that they've bought because even the other day I was looking at the news. There's people going out. A guy that was literally walking in Harrods. Literally, watch got taken off him. So if people are we're now getting to the point in life where things are now becoming an extreme.
Yeah.
So people, you don't know. You might now go to Offspring in Selfridges.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna like think, oh shit, those are expensive.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Off you. So I the way I see it, I just feel like a lot of people should just, if you're gonna, I don't buy fakes, but if you can buy what you can afford, and I feel like if you can afford it, buy it. If you can't, then just.
Yeah, I also think on that point though, it's sometimes the pressure, like with social media and things like this, can sometimes make people maybe think about buying fakes. Like you were just saying there, if people, like, let's say for example, I don't know, something that's really easy, or you see a lot of fakes, the Sean Weatherspoon 97 ones, right? There's so many fakes of those flying around.
And the Jordan 1 Off-Whites.
Yeah, exactly. And so many of those flying around. If someone can't afford that shoe, like there's plenty of other more affordable shoes that you can buy,
and that is it.
And but again, it kind of goes back to what we were saying before about maybe looking at some of the other stuff that you might not initially think of. Like the sales at the minute are crazy. Like you can get so many great shoes in the sale at the minute.
And I think it's all down to hype or aesthetics. It's like what do you like? What do you deem as a hype shoe? Like is it a hype shoe because everybody has it, or is it a hype shoe because you literally love it?
Well, it's interesting because like, obviously it's been December, we've had like the shoe of the year kind of like discussions coming up, and you know what, like Offspring shoe of the year and what people were voting for was interesting, and it was kind of threw a lot of people because you had like the military black like Jordan 4s, which you know GR, they were up there
100% top 5. We put in our top 5.
And this thing, like we've got one of our top 5, both of us, the Anatomy of Air 95.
Yes,
like
such a good shoe.
I mean, they're selling themselves like £85 now, and they are amazing. But I mean, it wasn't a surprise that the Jordan 1 like came top. Not a Jordan 1. It was the
Travis.
Mocha. It was Travis. No, it was the Mocha.
Well, some places were lost and found. Some people were Travis.
Between them, I mean,
it's even we put the Travis Phantoms ahead of the Mochas. The Mochas were gone us because I thought the reason why, and I will explain why. I told Ree my reasoning for it is because me growing up from South London, I remember the Huaraches, when they came out, they had a stitch in. It was all black, and they had different stitches. You had a blue stitch, a white stitch.
Yeah.
And I remember buying those in Brixton Foot Locker. Yeah. So when I saw those Travis Scotts, it just literally brought me back.
Nostalgia sells,
you know, 10, 15 years ago, I'm thinking, shit, they've brought those back in the Jordan 1. I said, no way. I can't. I tried to get those. I tried my best to get those. I'm definitely going to try and get them. Even, I think there was a Jordan 1 that I got Lowe's last year. I think we reviewed them. They were like they were distressed and they looked a bit like Off-Whites.
I think I know the ones you're on about. They were like a grey and black type. I don't know what the colour is called, but
those are so underrated.
A lot of people said that. Yeah.
Most underrated shoes I've bought. I bought last year.
Matt don't like the shoe of the year talk because
I hate shoe of the year.
It's always that. So we never do our shoe of the year. We've got our alternative, which is the All-Star game.
Oh, okay.
So
I like that.
Matt's idea, but we kind of get everybody to vote for their top 16 shoes.
Yeah.
And then us with our co-captains, we pick 2 teams of shoes, go up against each other, and then we let people vote on
which team's the best.
Perfect.
Which rotation would you have?
That is sick. I like that.
We've just done one recently, which
Scott won again.
I won again, which you can have a Trainer Heads exclusive actually.
Oh no! What Trainer Heads exclusive?
Even Matt don't know about this, but seeing as we've
love it
for the champion,
love it
2 years in a row,
love it,
and each year now we can fight out for the doubled up All-Star Championship.
I love it.
The look on his face. If you didn't know, I like winding Matt up.
Yeah.
I love winding Matt up. That's all I do, basically.
That is brilliant.
I'm coming for that championship next year.
I'll just have
Look at you, keep that on there. Keep that on there. I love that.
I hate you so much.
And then you see All-Star champion of the world. I love it. Damn. So yeah, talking about that, what I was gonna say.
You've thrown everyone off, mate. You've ruined this whole thing.
No, I love it. I love it. So I would say, so we're gonna do a little bit of a cop rock and drop.
Okay.
I've got some sneakers over there.
Okay.
So Cooks, if you don't mind, if you can grab some for me. So we just seen the world champion. We got a guy over here, Scott, with his championship belt. But we're gonna see who's not the champion of Cop Rock and Drop. It's not really a competition, but I want to know if they would Cop Rock and Drop. So what we are starting off with is the yellow taxi ones. If you can see them on camera. So guys, would you Cop Rock or Drop the yellow taxi ones?
I'm gonna say Cop Rock or Drop, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'll
Copping
say
it is you would buy it.
yeah.
Drop it as in you would never buy
Yeah.
it. Rock it, you would always wear them every day.
I'll say a cop rather than a rock. Like I'm not the biggest Jordan fan. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Jordan fan. Like this wouldn't be something that I go to every single day. But this is like a beautiful colorway. So many people have said how good the materials are. Like
the leather's incredible.
Lovely shoe.
Leather's incredible.
Yeah, I'm rocking these 100%. Like I remember when this colorway was teased right at the beginning. I think it was like Mr. Foam Simpson on YouTube. Like he got a pair. Turns out I think the pair was fake because he had them like 4 years ago. But the colorway, the second they got like rumored, they were amazing. I haven't actually picked a pair up myself just because there was too much coming out. But yeah, beautiful colorway and quality's good as well. So
cool story. I got those on Sports Direct.
No, Sports Direct.
Sports Direct.
Hey,
Mike Ashley blessing you.
there we go.
Sports Direct.
Hey,
They were on
Sports Direct. Yeah.
Literally.
They're not in my local Sports Direct, I can tell you that. Nah, they're
They're a lovely shoe.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, Sports Direct. Well, no, Sports Direct, or was it Pro Direct Soccer? One of the two. I can't remember. Was it Pro Direct or Sports Direct? Probably Pro Direct.
Either way.
Either way, it was a direct shop.
Yeah.
But I tell you
One of
what,
those
It was a sports shop rather than a shoe shop.
Pro Direct Hoops, they have some heat sitting on there.
Pro Direct, you know, so it is Pro Direct, not Sports Direct. Pro Direct is where, because Pro Direct is where they have secret restocks of all the hype shoes.
Yeah.
They literally,
Yeah.
like literally,
Out of
any
the blue.
Jordan 1 that's come out, wait a few months, they're on there. This is where we got them from. Yeah, Pro Direct, not Sports Direct.
Hey, don't apologise either way.
Mike Ashley ain't got that style.
Yeah.
You know that.
So yeah, we have next got the Saliti Bembry Sorbet colorway.
Right.
Sorbet orange.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a kind of backstory into the Doubled Up podcast with Crocs. So, 2021, I got a pair of foam runners, and I was saying they were the most comfiest pair of shoes in the world.
And I got insulted for it.
But Scott absolutely hates them. So for the whole year, we were arguing. Like Scott was Team Crocs, I was Team Foam Runner, and basically it ended up settling that both of us are now Team Reebok Beatnik. But I tell you what, I'm not a huge fan of Crocs, but these, like Salehi Bembry's done great. He's done so good on. This colourway is really nice as well. Some of them I'm not entirely like that bothered about, but this is I'd say that is a rock then. Like that is definitely everyday slipper.
100%.
Yeah, that's getting worn everywhere.
I've got the pink pair of these.
Oh yeah, I got the coral pink.
Yeah.
I got that for my missus.
I rock them every day. The heat I get for rocking them though.
Seriously.
Honestly, I've been asked, why have I got a brain on my feet? I've been asked, why am I wearing one wrinkly big toe?
That's a new one.
It looks like a toe. Honestly, you've dipped in water for hours and it comes out.
Literally. Whenever I wear them, I get some shit. And this is just people like coming to visit my house. Like, I'm getting slack in my own place, let alone walking them out in the streets.
Do you know what it is? I bought them. They're not the same. Me and my mum are the same size, but I let my mum wear them. She was like, "Oh yeah, definitely, I want a pair." Because she didn't understand. I said, "Mum, just wear them. Just wear them. Just literally wear them."
Yeah.
My missus is the same. She just wear. I said, "Wear them. Wear them, and then that's it." She loves it.
Oh, I wear them all. Like you said, like, are you wearing the Crocs today? Because there is a chance that I would have just worn them and rocked them around London.
Yeah. I'm even wearing Crocs now. I don't know. Crocs is just. I'm Team Crocs. I've always been a Team Crocs.
Yeah. No.
Love a pair of Crocs.
Big fan.
So what you said is
Oh, that's a rock. Yeah, 100%. That is an everyday around the house.
That's what I like.
Rocking.
That's what I like. Cool. Love it. Salehi Bembry's. I feel like too much of a Salehi Bembry day.
Hey, there's never too much of a Salehi Bembry day.
We're gonna swap it out.
Mix it out slightly.
Joey Fresh Goods Arctic Blue. 993.
Yeah, these are beautiful. These are 100% a rock. I've never owned a pair of 993s, but they're like, I never really got into the 992s. Yeah, I was just gonna say they're a bit too bulky. I love this colorway. I really liked the green as well. The sage, because you had the same kind of pink here, and I felt like the pink around with the green looks lovely. But there's not a single bad colorway in that pack, and it's so rare for you to have a pack where there's not one bad colorway.
The last one of this is called the Performance Art.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing.
He's not doing anymore. No, I think this is the last of it.
Which is so surprising why they're not getting more attention. Like, I know resale isn't the way that you should judge whether a shoe's good.
The stages are going for about £1,000.
Yeah, but like the blues, they're
being restocking.
Yeah, it's really surprising me that people aren't lapping these up because it's the last one.
I want the pinks. I've been trying to get the
pinks. Are beautiful. Yeah.
I'm trying to get a collection of them. The next one I'm buying is the sage.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone's gonna bless me £1,000 and it's just fall in my pocket. Might have to speak to my brother because he's buying GoPros for people. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna get the sage. Then I'm gonna go for the pink.
Yeah. Joe Fresh Goods is like, at the moment, he's like the master of colourways.
Master.
Like the colourways, he's not doing anything mad with like materials or anything like that. But the colourways he puts out there are just always spot on. Like
but
the shades and everything.
The 960s are an ugly silhouette. But
he made them we said that.
They're so ugly. They're so ugly. The 960. You cannot, if it's not the Bottega or the Joe Freshwood Joe Freshgood collab, do not show me a 960. I will tell you to get out the hell out.
Terrible.
They're so ugly. Even the Salehi Bembry, the Yurts, the 574s. They're not that great, but it's because of how he structured it with all the mesh in it. They're amazing.
Although it does look like there's a shiwi in the back of the shoe, though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but I love the whistle. You can't.
But again, like the colourways are good. If anything, I mean, Bembry he does everything with his like materials and that, like the suedes and everything. And even if you look at like there was the shoe that he teased with Montclair recently, where it looks almost like he's taken half of the croc and kind of meshed it onto a trainer. Looks mad, but Joe Fresh Goods, I mean, these are beautiful. The suede on them is spot on, and
well, he's got a Vans collab coming up, Joe Fresh Goods.
They look good.
Everything he does, like Vans collabs.
Vans collab, I'm looking forward to the Vans collab.
I
haven't worn Vans since 2009, 2009, 2008.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the last time I bought a pair. That was when Vans were cheap.
Yeah.
That was when Vans were, you could go into the Vans store and get like 3 pairs of Vans for like, I don't know, £150. You can't that's like 1 pair of Vans now.
Yeah. Nah, they're beautiful. I'm rocking them all day long. There are, a stunning pair. Like I say, all 3 pairs, all colourways.
I love it. It's
great shoe.
Thank you very much.
Both
and last but not least,
I've rocked everything so far.
Captain Fantastic.
Oh damn!
Look at that.
Yeah. This is almost like you're too scared to rock, but at the same time you want to rock. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna say rock, but this is one of those pairs that like is so precious. You just kind of want to like put it down very gently. And
honestly, I look at them every day. And
they're beautiful.
And I'm like, how did I get them?
Yeah. No, we were saying before recording, like the kind of like tight felt on the New Balance logo on the side.
I learned the name is called Cantapelli. If that's it's French for caterpillar.
Hey, every day's a school day,
and
mate.
it's that style of yarning. They've been doing it since the 18th century. It's a French style of yarning.
Well, he first
exclusive.
He first
there we go. Every day's a school day.
Paris Fashion Week as well. Like last
Yes,
year,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This time last year, Heath.
Yeah.
Literally this time last year.
I mean, they're beautiful, aren't they? Like, they're saying completely different suede to Joe Freshgoods in terms of like the long hair and everything, but it just works. And
that's similar to
the mesh.
The suede is similar to the Ted Sander US edition.
Yeah.
The 990.
Teddy Sanders loves a hairy suede.
He loves a hairy suede. He loves it.
I've got
his suede is so long that you can braid it sometimes.
Honestly, he loves it. I think he on his I don't even know how to pronounce this thing.
Emilion Dor.
Emilion Dor.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really bad with pronunciations, but I do love his brand.
Yeah. I've got the both pairs of the ALD 1300s, and it has that similar kind of suede.
Is that the made in England pair?
No, made in US. But no, I don't know. I don't know what he was wearing. I haven't seen.
Yeah,
those.
there's one he done where the made in England pair where.
Oh, he did. He did the. That was a 991. He did. Yeah.
991 where it's very football terracey kind of vibe.
Yeah. They did like a white and green and like a brown kind of. Yeah.
They sold that instantly.
Yeah.
I went to the store. Have you ever been to a store?
No, maybe we'll go to.
Oh yeah, you're going to. It's in Carnaby Street.
Yeah.
Carnaby Street next to End.
Yeah.
It's got a cafe in there.
Pop in, get a little coffee.
Have a little coffee.
Little shot for the gram.
It feels like, honestly, it feels like you're when you go into this, like a proper like French coffee shop. It feels like a French coffee shop.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got like Jordans and stuff and deflated basketball.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures, but I just haven't gone in there yet.
Wow. These are just like, it's like the little hits of leather and stuff as well. Like it's just so well done. Beautiful. I mean, I got the Waterby the guides. The only problem I got with the Waterby the guides, and they're probably the same with this, that wide mesh.
Yeah.
It's very breathable. Like it's great, but if you're wearing
cold here in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm getting frostbite.
Oh, 100%. I'm not wearing mine.
I was going to wear the Waterby the guides today, and I was like, nah, it's too cold.
I went to the airport recently, and I was wearing my what's it called, the 574s, the Silly Heath Embry one, the yurts.
Yeah.
They have the same mesh.
Cold.
Same mesh.
I need a pair of them yurts. I'm a 574 guy. I love a 574, but I really like the grey pair of the yurts.
I got the blacks, the all blacks.
Yeah.
If they're knocking around anywhere,
I think the resale's gone down, you know.
Yeah, it's dropped a little bit. I might have to have a look because
I think End had quite a few pairs, you know.
It was like one of my most worn pairs last year was the 574 Conversation Among Us, the Joe Freshgoods.
Oh yes.
Again, I think you can pick them up for like 50 quid now, but that is a banger.
I think I went on there. I think they sold out on the New Balance website, but you like you said, you can if you check. You can find them.
Yeah.
They're available.
But now they are a rock all day long.
More rocks.
Definitely. So yeah, that is our Cop Rock and Drop, and I'm happy you lot loved that because
Mate,
I mean,
great pairs.
Everything.
There's nothing on there that I would drop because they're all mine personal.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, no, there's nothing there to drop. No.
I think the Crocs are the most divisive. Like that's the pair where people love it.
Either love it or hate it. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm a foam runner guy. I really.
They are so comfy. They're so
Face like
comfy.
that when I talk about foam. You can't. You can't because I toe. No, you can't. I had the same conversation with TJ. He hates them. Like,
Right.
I love them.
I think
He's got a road hump on the front of it.
Scott's got size 11 feet, right? So I'm only a size 9. So for me, they don't look that big, but for Scott, it'll look like he's wearing a breadbasket on his foot.
Okay, fair
Like,
enough.
but they're a great shoe. They're so
level of
comfy.
comfort,
Yeah,
you cannot
you will
deny
never
You
beat
can't get
that.
anything
Are you
comfort.
taking Foam Runner over them Crocs?
In terms of comfort, 100%.
Yeah.
In terms of looks as well.
Not in terms of.
There you go. See?
Not in terms of.
does.
Not in terms. You know, no, I can't. I gotta think about it. No, I wouldn't.
I can't. I remember the first time I walked into a resale store and they had them like in the shelf, like it was like their pride of place, and I just remember messaging you and being like, oh, what is this? Like, how have you got these?
Yeah, a few stores
Mad.
that I go to, Cop, it's got a pair of them. We've got Crep Select, they also got a pair of them, and we laughed when we went to do our sneaker of the year. I was looking at them, I was laughing at them. I was like, but they're comfortable,
so comfy.
They're so comfortable,
So
like
comfy.
undeniably comfortable.
I mean, you could drop a brick on your toe and it would just bounce off.
It
with
would
that
bounce
kind of
off.
on it.
It would, and is it the only sneaker that Kanye had a patent to, or is it?
It's one of one of them with the whole brand split.
I do like the idea of the fact that it's like made from like algae and like that type of like renewable stuff like that. That's cool, and you wouldn't know it, but from a design point of view, like thing is that they did the Adifoam Q, which was kind of like a bit of like Adidas's own take on it, and I thought they looked better than the foam runner.
Do you think Adidas will survive after this whole situation with Mr. West?
I think so. I think it depends on what you would say as like survive. So like
I would say survive as in my take of survive is like Adidas has never in the years I've grown up. The only thing that was the most hype thing that you could get from Adidas were the shell toes. And when they were doing the NMDs.
Yeah, the NMDs.
NMDs and the Ultra Boost way. And I hated the Ultra Boost.
Yeah, I never really got it.
I thought it was so ugly.
Yeah.
Like, I was working around Shoreditch around the time, and it was like everyone was wearing them.
Yeah, I never
Those
got
are the NMDs. I couldn't get. I got invited, lucky enough, to the NMD launch years ago, where they had a few artists that I was talking to at the time were performing, and I was like, these shoes are ugly.
Yeah.
They're horrible. They had a big marketing thing, and I remember the resale because they Pharrell's Human Race, his pair. I think there's a Chanel pair of NMDs there. Chanel pair, the Chanel pair and the Human Race pair. They're like were people's grails. It's like, how can that be your grail? Back when you had the Course 4s, you had like. You know what I mean? It was like, there were so many other sneakers that you could say is a grail, and people were saying that's their grail.
They are doing like Adidas are doing good stuff, and they like. I mean, we've said it before. Like, I mean, my way into like trainers, sneakers was like through Terrace footwear. So it was like Adidas,
football Terrace.
Like for me, I've always kind of been interested in that, and they've always done good stuff consistently, especially with collabs with like size and stuff like that. It's always been good, and it's like 80 quid for a pair of shoes. Like, you ain't getting that anywhere for that quality these days, but. I mean, even now, like the Ivy Park stuff with Beyonce, like
no one really buys it.
No one cares. And she's sending that stuff out to people for free.
Yeah. I mean,
and like, oh, please review them. No, but it's not her personally, but I think Adidas is trying. Their marketing team is trying to force the Ivy Park.
It's not bad colourways, but it's not what people want. No. The Lorenzo stuff, Jerry Lorenzo stuff.
It's alright.
We'll see what happens with that.
Fear of God.
This thing, I mean, their new basketball stuff, even though apparently it's got nothing to do with Jerry, it looks like Jerry's made it.
Basically, same thing. Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. I mean, Bad Bunny, like the Bad Bunny stuff, the forums.
Never liked any of them.
Honestly, one of my shoes of the year, comfortably. I'll take it. Honestly, like
to be fair,
they are. And the thing is, we were saying this before. Like, Bad Bunny is one of the. He is like the biggest artist in the world, technically, by like set streams and stuff.
Yeah. He was in that Brad Pitt movie, wasn't he?
They have like some. Realistically, you've got Beyonce, one of the biggest female artists in the world. You've got Bad Bunny, the biggest male artist in the world. You've got Jerry Lorenzo. Like, they've got the potential to do some really good things. And like Sean Wotherspoon was a really good. I mean, some of his stuff is all right, and then a lot of it's been poor.
Oh, there was one he brought us some ones where they were all coming out. I think they were Shell Superstars, and it was everything. Was I was like, what is this?
People were mad at them though. Initially,
the white pair, the black pair. People hated the black pair.
I was like, why?
It's because it was Sean Wotherspoon. Like, that's it.
The hype.
Like,
that was his first Adidas shoe, wasn't it?
I reckon he messed up game with going to Adidas. I don't feel like he's got design freedom.
I think the opposite.
I think he's got too much design.
Yeah, that's the problem.
At Nike, when he did like the 97 one, there was a group of them, and you could see there was restraints put on him to make this shoe.
Yeah.
Whereas like now, I think he's doing all of his green stuff. He's doing all of his renewable, like vegan. All
that's
that
one thing I like about it. Yeah.
But at the same time, like the designs are so mad that actually
he's the only one that likes them.
So like we were saying about the Orchestro, which is released a couple of days ago, and it feels like good, but it feels like someone's reined him in because it's one of the least mad shoes he's done.
Yeah.
And I think if they can rein him in, it might be all right. But there's so many designers that they give free rein to. Even like Kanye, some of the stuff he was coming out with, you're like,
no, some of the stuff he was coming out with was too much.
Those 450 guys.
I think. This is why with Nike there is restraints on what they can do, and sometimes it stifles it, and sometimes it kind of makes something good. And I think Sean now, he's got so much freedom that some of the stuff he's putting out there is like, it's good for him, but it's not good for the market.
But with Nike, it shows across the board in terms of everything, sneakers, clothing. Like I remember growing up when you, especially as a Man United fan, like I felt like all kits looked the same. Yeah. Nike kits. Remember, there was an era where literally every single Nike kit looked the same. Like the marketing for it was like. You see Arsenal's kit, you're like, yeah, what Arsenal's kit looks like. You see United, it's the same kit. It's just a different
Arsenal get all the good kits with Adidas.
We've literally got all the good kits. Ever since I think our best kit era was with Puma, to be honest. I think we was more expressive with the Puma kits. Yeah. I feel like with Adidas, we've kind of gone back to the Nike days because I feel like our kit looks exactly like the Leicester kit.
Yeah,
it's just got the Arsenal badge.
There's quite a few.
It's very lazy designing.
I think I preferred the Adidas kits to the Nike kits, but now they're just. Yeah, I look at the Arsenal kits and what other teams get, like Madrid and stuff like that. They get proper clean, nice kits. And United, I mean, some of the kits we've had have been appalling. So yeah, you got lucky. Arsenal, you get the. Even when you come out with like your clothing range and stuff like that, like it's clean. Whereas United's looks. Awful.
But I don't know. You lot don't change with the time, especially when Ronaldo was saying you lot still got the same jacuzzi. So why do you expect the changes in kit to look different?
I don't expect anything.
We're getting into football. I'm just saying the whole point of what we're saying, guys, is that Nike always pretty much they have the same design because even everyone's saying the Ja Morants are literally the Kyrie 9s.
Yeah. They're so similar.
That was basically the Kyries, but then they put Ja Morant.
And it was very funny as well. The fact that it feels like it was 30 seconds after they announced that they dropped Kyrie. It was like, oh, by the way, Ja Morant's getting the signature shoe. This is what it looks like. And like me and a few friends were just like, that kind of That looks like a Nike Kobe and a Kyrie had a baby, and that was the Ja Morant. Like that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Literally, yeah. Do you feel that signature shoes are still a thing today?
I think that, like in terms of like basketball, I think it doesn't necessarily have the same weight as maybe like it did. And I think even with then, like if you think about some of the shoes that have crossed over from basketball to like mainstream lifestyle, all of the big basketball shoes that everyone really, really treasures are all more PEs than they are signature shoes. It will be like Carmelo Anthony Jordan 2s. It's not like no one cares about the Melo whatever Jordan, but they care about his PE. And it's the same as like Quentin Richardson Jordan 8s. People care about that, but he never got his own shoe. So I think you're right. People like for kids playing basketball, signature shoes are important, but like I don't think it makes the crossover as much as it used to.
I say that because I feel like sneakerheads at one point were literally in a chokehold for LeBron's.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about 2009, 2008, 2010, 11 maybe. People were literally going to Foot Locker. All LeBrons were sold out.
Yeah, but then you've had like Kyrie's and KD's, like they've maybe not had the same popularity as LeBron's.
I think KD's are not that great. Kyrie's not. I think out of all the signature shoes, Kyrie's, and then I think after LeBron 10s, after the 10s, the 20s look not bad. They look like
Kobe.
They're Kobe's.
Yeah, they're high quality Kobe.
I call them a Kobe Sakai's because they've gone they've doubled up on the swoosh.
I can see that. I can see that.
Mark my words, Nike's gonna do a Sakai LeBron collab.
That would sell out in a heartbeat.
I'm telling you, the Jordan 20s. That is the future because they look like Sakai's.
A lot of people love the 20s as well. Like I've spoken to a lot of people that say that's one of the better new LeBron silhouettes. I feel like a lot of people go more towards like the newer Jordan silhouettes, whereas people haven't with LeBron recently. But a lot of people love the 20s.
Would you have the Currys in your sneaker rotation?
I love basketball, but I can't play to save my life.
Not to play.
No,
because most basketball shoes now are lifestyle. Because Jordan ones.
A
lifestyle. They became a lifestyle shoe because of the person.
I don't think.
Would you cross that barrier?
No, I don't like. It's not my style to be like
Under Armour.
No,
there's people. I've watched a lot of reviews of people watch. I'm like, do you really
there's
like
a certain group of people that
like in the States and stuff. I think people will rock kind of like basketball shoes more like from a lifestyle point of view. But here, like. I don't think. I mean, it might be different down here, but like, people, you don't get that. People will play to hoop in them, but you ain't getting anything else. And I don't know. Like, I look at some of the pairs that are coming out; they're so technical now. Like in like 10, 15 years time, do you reckon kids are going to be rocking them like we're rocking Jordans now?
Nah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I said before. There was a time where the LeBrons looked very lifestyle and looked very performance based. But then now he went away from the lifestyle. I think after the 10s, became very more performance based. So they looked extremely ugly. Now he's gone back to a lifestyle performance because I think he knows his career's done. He's got a few more years, so that's why I say the 20s. I could buy the 20s and wear them in the summer, but would I wear them every day? Not really. And even the Currys, I'm looking at them, I'm just thinking, I'm just going by what I see. What would you really wear those?
Nah, they don't cross over.
The UK, like, I think they've done well to a degree. I mean, they're pretty awful, but like when LeBron's done collaborations on like a 95 or like something like that, then you can like it's more accessible from a lifestyle point of view than him like his basketball shoes. But I mean, they haven't been great. I know there was talk of a Air Max 1 / LeBron / Liverpool like collab.
That's coming out soon. Well, he had the fruity. Did you get on the Fruity Pebbles?
No.
Did you go for those?
No.
Talking about dunks, I saw the Montreal Sesame Bun dunks.
Yeah.
Have you seen the box for them?
Yeah, so
I'm more sold on the box than actors.
She's awful.
We spoke about them a little while ago on the podcast. So in our double up, double down segment, we said they were double down a shoe that we didn't like, but I think it was because we saw them like teased months ago, and they were supposed to. I feel like it was one of those shoes that because of all the delays got pushed back. So when we first saw the pictures, it was like Dunk Low Sesame. There was no Montreal bagel about it. We thought it was going to be standard Nike box. It was just based on a sesame bun. And we were like, right, why is there a blue swoosh on a shoe that's supposed to be based on a sesame bun? Like, what on earth would you put on a bun that's blue? Like, make it pink so it's like salmon cream cheese or something like that. Make it brown so it's peanut butter. Like, make some story out of it.
What's going on?
But then we find out it's Montreal, and that's why the swoosh is blue. And then all of a sudden, it's that kind of makes sense. But yeah, the box is so much better than the shoe.
I mean, the shoe in this country is sitting everywhere. Like you can pick that shoe up everywhere.
Talking about a shoe that I cannot buy is the New Balance Protection Pack. The 990 Rs or something.
1906.
1906 Rs.
They're very popular.
Been searching. I was on Instagram and Size Harrods literally posted that they had them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Go.
I was somewhere. I was like, I'm nowhere near Size Harrods. But yeah, I know they're sold out now. But I'm literally, if anyone, please, if you can.
See, people got mad for that, but like the 2002 R, like people went mad for like the initial pack, and then afterwards they started popping up everywhere. Like when you had like the navy pair and
low.
Lilac and
Yeah, the
everything,
restocks.
Like, people didn't go that mad for them, but yeah, this 1906, people seem to be jumping.
Everyone wants them.
I think it's because of the colourways. Like the colourways that have come out on this 1906, they're the greys, the blacks, the dark greys. It's what the original, the original protection pack from the 2002 R. They've just mimicked that, and they were so popular. It makes sense on this new one. I didn't like all the purples and the blues and all the extra colourways they did on the 2002 R.
Because especially the white ones, people are tie dyeing them now.
Yeah.
So I think that's the new in thing for
Yeah.
them. So a lot of I've seen on Instagram, a lot of them are buying the white colour
To dye it.
So they're dyeing them. But yeah. All right, so I've had a great conversation with you guys.
No, thank you so much for having us.
It was a pleasure to meet you guys. Finally, and done it. So yeah, what do you expect from you guys this year and your podcast?
More consistency with episodes. Like, we're awful with actually forward planning.
So
like, it's just whatever happens.
Yeah.
More guests, more episodes, trying to get involved in lots of different things. We always, whatever comes up. But it's just more consistent episodes every Monday, 5 a.m. So, bright and early you can get them every week.
Monday, 5 a.m.
Yeah, hopefully just connecting with more people in person again, because it's been...
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's London based where everyone else is, but yeah, I need to travel a bit, but hopefully...
We're trying to travel more.
Yeah.
Because we had our friend Jack, he had a store in Manchester, but he hasn't got a store now, but we're hoping he gets a new store. But we're trying to travel out. To be honest, I love the London scene, but I'm bored of it. So I'm trying to go and see other...
There's more than just London.
There's more than London. And I feel like we're so focused on London, it's boring. Really
it's very different, but I think you're going to see a lot more around the country this year.
Yeah.
And hopefully... you will see our lovely ugly mugs around there as well. So
no worries. So yeah, that was an episode of Conversation with a Trainer Head. You have me, you have Scott, and you have Matt from the Double Up podcast. Secret, they don't always double up, so
no.
Yeah.
It's all a lie.
It's all a lie. But yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode, and thanks again.
Cheers.
See you later.